50 back in February of 2016. There's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Lance going to put it up right away. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. So they get the completion, that's good, but Charles, probably not good to get hit on the first play of the game.
No coaching staff ever wants their quarterback hit on any passing play, especially to start the game. What you're hoping is you have one of those tough guys back there, that sometimes when they get hit early, it gets the juices flowing, and they get right into the game.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
3-3.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw here pulled in by Lazard. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Watch out now. 52. Slide 2.
Now Lance. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the midfield stripe. They'll look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 2nd and 12, Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. First down, here's Mitchell. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he has it on a first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now a play fake. Lance. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to Lazard. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. Kicking into a headwind here in the 2nd quarter. Butker's kick here is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there the last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Ultra.
On the counter, Mitchell. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Lance now on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Lance. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And the 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. A chance for a 1st touchdown drive of the year It's first and goal. Lance looking to throw it. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Allen Lazard. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. That his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He finds Hopkins complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's the option. Running right. Langford again. A first down carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Birds a handoff to Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Niners are going to take...
Couple of yards shy of midfield. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. That's complete to Lazard. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Right, 97. Rail.
The Lance now to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Working from the gun. Lance. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the 49ers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Lance going to throw. Hitting Samuel on the slant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
Come on, set. Fight, 60.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
38. Blue.
Throwing now is Lance. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now Jackson on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the 49ers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Right back to Mitchell here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there, and a first. Trying the right side with Mitchell. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On play action, Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Jack Mega. Drill 52.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
22 meter.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Running left, here's Mitchell. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Here's Lance to throw it. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the 49ers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate. I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll roll him out right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you...
He's got a man, complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
19.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
Jackson now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the 49ers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the 49ers, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.